Hi everyone, my name is Zanjix, and in this video I will try to make a special device that can allow me to control two machines with the same electronic hardware. Let's see how I'm going to make it. This is my homemade CNC mill and this is my converted CNC lathe. Well, it is obvious that I have two machines, but the real problem is that I have only one computer and one electronic box. And I don't want to make another or add some other hardware in the electronic box. So what I want to do is just using the same electronic hardware for two machines. Please don't look at the poor cable management. And my solution is based just on mechanical switches. I'll explain how. Just for simplicity, I have built this little circuit on this breadboard. And just to be clear, this is a switch that is represented in this way. These are the two LEDs, these are two resistors, and this is the battery that I'm using. And this is what is going to happen if I change the position of the switch. Pretty cool, right? So in my application, if I have just one driver, I can use it to control both the milling machine motor and the lathe motor, just pushing the switch in another direction. However, things are a little more complex than that, but not so much, just because there are many drivers. The driver has 4 wires, because each motor has 4 wires, and per each machine there are many motors. The milling machine in particular, right now, with 3 axes, has a total of 4 motors. And my lathe has a total of 2 motors. So how can I solve this problem? I have to make some kind of device that is called demultiplexer. This is a device whose purpose is to transfer a bus of signals to some other devices. In my case in particular, I have 3 drivers. Each of these drivers output 4 wires. And for simplicity, I will represent a bus of driver with this symbol. Here there are 4 channels. And for even more simplicity, I have to condense them in one single bus of 12 channels. And I want to use this kind of special demultiplexer to transfer these 12 channels to the mill motors or to the lathe motors. And this little arrow that you can see, it is the actual lever of the switch. I will make an example just for one driver, and the same reasoning can be applied to the others. So if one driver has 4 outputs, and this is the X motor of the milling machine and this is the X motor of the lathe, both they have 4 inputs. The top input of the switch is going to the mill motor. And the bottom pin of the switch goes to the lathe X motor. So now I have to design a PCB and then try to make it. Now I will try to make this PCB. I will do first of all the schematic and then I will make the actual board, the actual layout, and I will not focus on the details because that is not the real topic of this video. So let's get started. Okay, I have almost finished to make this PCB, but I just realized that it is not necessary. And that's because I can simply design and 3D print something that can fix in place the switches, and then I can solder some wires directly to the pins of these switches. So that means that I have lost 1.5 hours of my time. Nice. Okay, now I have designed everything that I needed. The designs are really simple. This is the actual base, and this is the plate where I'm going to put the switches. And this one is just a prototype. I don't know if it works, but it may be used as a lever to change the position of many switches at once. Well, the first print didn't go well. Okay, now that's better. These are all the pieces that I need. I will glue this thing on top of it, and this thing is just a fixture plate for the switches. I will put them like this, and this is something that I will use as a lever. And so the lever that is attached to the first 6 switches, and each switch contains 2 channels, so there are in total 12 channels, works in this way. Okay, the box will be placed somewhere like right here, and then in these 3 holes they will enter these cables coming directly from the drivers. Then in the holes from the left part I will insert the cables for the motors of the milling machine, and by the other side the cables for the motors of the lathe. And obviously the main challenge right now is to solder everything in the correct place. Okay, I have soldered all the wires. This looks like it's very messy, so I tested it. It seems it's working. However, I have to print again this lever because it's too short. Now I'm just a little scared because some wires may break as soon as I try to put everything in place. And so yes, it is not working anymore. So this means some wire just broke, and I will say it's not easy to debug. And yes, it's working again. I'm putting a piece of paper to collect small chips. Didn't expect to be this aggressive. Okay, so now it is nicely fixed. Okay, now I want to use this little brass insert. It has an M3 tap inside. I always see this kind of thing used in some of those 3D printing ASMR videos, so why not try it? Whoops. I don't think this is the correct way to use them, but in fact. So let's try again. No. It is inside. Oh. So it is almost finished. I only have to put this lever. It's so satisfying. And if I want to modify something, I can remove this thing very easily. I can remove the bolts, and I can still put my hands inside. So now I just have to try it. So now if I set the switches in this direction, you can see that I can control the milling machine. If I turn off the power supply and then set the switch in the lathe direction and then turn on again the power supply, I can control the lathe. So now I'm going to make a clip that I'm not going to edit, just to show you that I'm not cheating. So now, as you can see, I can use the lathe. Then if I turn off the power supply, change the position of the switches and change software, then I can turn on again the power supply. I'm falling. And I can use the milling machine. And here you can see the actual shape of the demultiplexer. In fact, these three cables are represented by these three inputs, these three cables are these three outputs, and these other, in reality, are two cables, but I've represented three of them, are actually represented in this way. And this selector is the lever. And the selector select the mill or the lathe. So now we are at the end of this project. If you enjoyed this video, push the like button and subscribe. So the only thing that I have to say is thank you, and I will see you in the next video.